Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aishah, Baptism Abidin. My metric number is 2022417356. So today I'm going to explain about my part, which is explanatory notes. So for this part is this report focused on the Japanese occupation of the Malaya from 1941 to 1945, and all the information and material used in this study were collected from the preserved at the National Archive of Malaysia. And some of our group member conducted research by directly go to the National Archive of Malaysia at Kuala Lumpur, while the other material were obtained from the official website. And these sources help to ensure presented in this report is accurate and relevant. So now let's move for the 1.0 for introduction. So for this introduction, it will explain about the topic with the Japanese occupation of Malaya from 1941 to 1945. So this occupation began during the World War II when the Japan defeated the British, which ending with the fall of the Singapore on 50 February 1942. And as a result, Malaya was placed under the Japanese military rules. And although the occupation lasts only for a few days, it has a major impact on the Malaya political, economic and social condition, and it also increased awareness among the people and contribute to the growth of the nationalism, and which later led to the struggle for the independence.
This symposium examines Japanese attack strategies and why British defences in Malaya failed during World War II. Japan invaded Malaya in December 1941, using Thailand as a route after forming an alliance with the Thai government. The British were unprepared for Japan's fast and coordinated attacks, leading to the surrender of Singapore on 15 February 1942. After the surrender, Malaya came under Japanese military rule. While most states were administered directly by Japan, Kedah, Perlis, Kelantan and Terengganu were transferred to Thailand from 1943 to 1945. The Japanese retained Malay rulers but shifted real power to Japanese governors. Existing laws continued. Local officers were kept in office and strict discipline was enforced. Japan's strategic planning, regional alliances, and effective military administration contributed to the collapse of British control in Malaya.
Assalamualaikum, very good day. My name is Afidah Binti Anizan. My student ID was 2022267098. So today I will going to discuss regarding administrative structure and the Gunai Sekabun. So on the 8th December 1941, the Japanese has replaced British rule with a military administration called Gunai Sekabun. So its aim to integrate Malaya into the Greater East Asia co-prosperity sphere. So its aim purpose is to control Malaya and secure resources, especially rubber and tin. So the administrations were led by Colonel Watanabe Wataru under the 25th Army headed by General Tomoyuki Yamashita. So power of the Malay Sultan was reduced and Malay was placed under strict military control at that time. At the time, Chinese population was really treated badly by the Japanese because of rubber is under Indian population at the time and tin is under Malay population at the time. So all the unfederated Malay state was closely supervised by the military, and then the state like Kedah, Perlis, Kelantan and Terengganu was transferred out under the government of Thailand in 1943. In this structure is not 100% change. Some of existing administrated by British still be retained by the Japanese, which is they just change the top management into the military. So this is the flyers that used by the Japanese military to spread out the ideology. So most of the flyers contain the warning to threaten the Malaya. So this is the example that we get from National Archive of Malaysia. So you can see there's a lot of warning that come from the Japanese military.
Hi, my name is Harith Fitry bin Muhammad Azali. I'm going to present the chapter 3, which is socio-economic hardships and banana money during the Japanese occupation. Okay, point number 1. Severe socio-economic hardship affected daily life during the Japanese occupation, where the Japanese occupation caused the collapse of Malaya's export-based economy. Tin and rubber exports stopped, unemployment increased, prices rose rapidly, and many families faced food shortage and daily uncertainty as resources were redirected to support the war. Point number 2, the shortage of food and essential goods made daily survival difficult. Rice, fuel, salt, cooking oil, and medicine became scarce due to disrupted trade. Rationing system existed but were inefficient and unfair, forcing people to queue for long hours while still receiving insufficient supplies. Number 3, Japanese issued banana money lost value and caused severe inflation. The Japanese introduced banana money as official currency, but excessive printing caused rapid inflation. Prices of basic goods increased sharply, and by the later years of occupation, the currency became almost worthless. Point number 4, currency collapse destroyed savings and financial stability. Loans and wages lost real value as banana money depreciated. Borrowers could repay debts with worthless money, while lenders lost savings. After the war, the currency was declared worthless, erasing personal wealth. And point number 5, the black market and community strategies became essential for survival. With official markets falling, people rely on black markets and barter systems. Communities turned to small-scale farming, shared resources, and exchanged goods and labor, showing resilience and cooperation during the hardship.
During the Japanese occupation of Malaya from 1941 to 1945, the Japanese used propaganda and Japanization policies to gain cooperation from the local population. First, propaganda was used to influence public opinion. The Japanese controlled newspapers and radio stations such as Shonan Hosokyoku to spread pro-Japanese message. Slogans like Asia for Asians were promoted to portray Japan as a liberator from Western colonial rule. Schools were also used to teach Japanese language and culture. Second, the Japanization policy aimed to reshape local identity. Japanese became the official language, cultural practices were encouraged, and groups like Gyugun were formed to train locals to support Japan's war efforts. These methods were aimed to secure loyalty, remove Western influence, and change the mindset of the people to support Japan and its greater East Asia co-prosperity sphere.
Chapter 5, Resistance Movements and the British Return, 1945. In this chapter, we will discuss 3 main points that happened after the British return in 1945. Okay, number 1, Japan's surrender led to the end of occupation and rapid political change. Japan surrendered in August 1945 after the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This ended Japanese military control in Malaya and Southeast Asia and allowed the British to return. Political change quickly followed in nearby countries including Thailand. Number 2, return of Malay territories and rise of national awareness. Thailand agreed to return the northern Malay states to British control in September 1945. Although the transfer was peaceful, dissatisfaction among Malay rulers and local leaders increased political awareness. This contributed to the rise of Malay nationalist movements, especially in Patani, even though British support was initiated. And point number 3, weakening of Thai authority and shifting regional power. After Japanese surrender, Thailand experienced political instability, including the resignation of Prime Minister Kwang Apaiwong. The invalidation of Thailand's wartime decisions weakened the control over occupied territories. This shift in power allowed the British to re-establish influence in Malaya and reshape regional political relations after the war. Thank you.
In conclusion, what we have again is a clear understanding that the Japanese occupation of Malaya from 1941 to 1945 was a major turning point in the national history. The rapid defeat of the British force exposed the weakness of the colonial defense system and marked the collapse of British authority in Malaya. Japan established a strict military administration under the Guisis Kanpu and transfers the northern Malay state to Thailand as part of its one-time agreement. During this period, the civilian population suffered greatly due to forced loan, poverty, confiscation, shortage to base goods, and a severe inflation caused by the use of banana money. This hardship disrupted the social and economic stability of the country and created an atmosphere of fear and obedience. Japan also introduced policies of Japanese and propaganda to eliminate Western influence by promotion Japanese culture, language, and ideology. However, despite these efforts, resistance movement continued to ease and national consciousness among the people grew strong. Although the occupation ended with Japan surrender in the August 1945 and the return of British force, its effects were long-lasting. The experience increased political awareness and encouraged the rise of nationalism, which later became a key factor in Malay struggle for independence.